Konnichiwa and welcome to Japan. It is our first day here in Tokyo. We are staying in Akihabara, but we're actually here in Shibuya and about to show you guys what Japan is all about, especially here in the hustling, busy side of Tokyo. So,
yeah, I think that's one of the most popular places
in the world.
You see in Instagram when you type in Tokyo, so let's check it out.
Let's check it out. Let's start the vlog and I'm going to show you guys exactly what it's all about. Very excited, as you guys can see.
I can't wait to eat some sushi and ramen.
Yeah, and you guys can see it's a massive transition from obviously in the Philippines, right? And now we're here in our winter outfit because it's cold. It is in winter, and we're about to walk to the main crossing in Shibuya. If you don't know what it is, you're about to find out what it's like. But it's like mind-blowing to see it. It's kind of like people watching. You know how we're just gonna go walk along and see what comes out.
Everything is pretty easy accessible with trains and buses.
Yes.
So we're using this app called City Mapper.
Yeah.
We used in Paris before, and it's really good and easy to use.
So we're here at Shibuya Crossing right now, waiting for the lights to turn green for everyone to walk and obviously for the road to stop. It's an intersection, very, very famous. There's over 1,000 people always trying to cross this place, so it is very, very stunning. A disclaimer is I've been to Tokyo back in 2018, so obviously I've got to experience this before, and at the same time, Karina's first time. So lights have turned green. Let's have a look. Look at this, amazing. So that was the experience of the Shibuya Crossing. It is mind-blowing, isn't it?
Yeah, there's so many people. It's like, I don't know, thousands at least. And they're all going at the same time. Everyone is going like all directions. A lot of people here with cameras, like really professional cameras, trying to get the shot. There was even one guy with a tripod. It was really funny. And we also spent like an hour because we tried to get the perfect shot. It's so hard.
So it was an hour that we've stayed here, watched and tried to get content as well.
But we also played around a little bit, tried like time lapses.
Yeah, so whether you're a photographer who's into like street, urban, or just basically here is like a playground for videographers, photographers, you guys would love it here. So right now, after watching that, we're still blown away. We could literally just sit there and watch everyone go crazy.
Probably watched it like 20 times.
Yeah, but it just works. No matter how many times, it happens like every minute, and it just seems to work.
And you see a lot of funny things as well. There was like one man, he was dressed up all in gold, like fully face covered, and he was just running like around and screaming, and I don't know, probably for TikTok.
Oh yeah, yes. So that's basically it. Shibuya Crossing is a famous spot. You can't miss it, and if you're in Tokyo, you definitely have to hit that spot either way. If you don't like a lot of people, you might be claustrophobic, but it just works. It's like perfect. So right now we're gonna walk around the area. There's a lot happening. There's baskers, there's people with their guitars, beatboxing and whatever. So we're gonna walk on the main street and see what we can find. We are getting hungry though, so we might see a ramen spot nearby. Not bad for our first day here in Japan though, and I think there's gonna be a lot more to see, a lot more to do. Can't wait what Japan unfolds for us. But for now, let's go walk through and see what we can find. Oh guys, I just noticed that in Japan, obviously there's vending machines everywhere. And the cool part is that you can get like hot drinks as well, straight out of the vending machine. And that's just something that I really, really like.
We should get one.
I think we should get one, right? I'll show you guys how it works. But first, what does Karina want?
Well, there's only coffee, I think, or is there hot chocolate?
I think we do have hot chocolate. We're gonna figure out where it is though.
Guys, we found a place where we can have some ramen. It's right here in that colorful street with all the lights. And Yeah, because it's quite cold and we think maybe with ramen we're gonna warm up and then after we're gonna go for another stroll to see some more of the area. Let's go. Wow, another red.
Wow, look at that. So big, so big. And it's like much bigger than my future Nash.
Guys, our ramen is here, dinner is served. And we ordered 2 separate ones, different ones. And I'm so hungry, I'm ready to dive right into it.
So just before I start eating, I'm going to talk to you guys about the price, because another thing when most people want to know is like how much is the food here in Japan. Obviously you can do Japan in a budget. You can also do it basically and go hardcore if you have a nice budget for it. So this ramen here cost me 950 yen. Karina's one's slightly a bit more expensive, 1,000 yen. And then we also ordered 6 dumplings. So that's about 380 yen. And then the cola that we have is about 140 yen. So for that sort of price tag, it's about 2,400 yen. If I do the calculation, it is about, let me put it on the screen. Yep, that's the one. So basically Japan can be done very cheap as well. So there's a lot of 7-Eleven, and I want to make a video about that, because if you guys are doing Japan on a budget, you could literally do it, but you also have to think smart, and you almost have to make sure that you spend very well. Arigato. So this is the one. We still got a bit of obviously we're quite hungry right now. Food is fully here. We're gonna eat in a bit, so everything looks good. Not bad for our first day in Japan though. Looking good. So update on that. What does it taste like? Is it pretty good?
It's really good.
Compared to home?
I'm happy that I chose the one I chose with pork and like black garlic something. Because this is my second ramen in general my whole life, so it's quite hard for me to know which one I like and which one I don't. So I'm still in the trying phase where I just order something and hope that it's good, and it's actually really yummy. I like it. I'm very happy.
So I guess you guys are not interested in my feedback, because I eat a lot of ramen, and for Karina, she just mentioned she doesn't eat much ramen, so it's quite all new to her. But how good is that to try it in Japan though, when food here just stays super damn good, especially when you're gonna eat sushi, right? You can't go to Japan and not eat sushi. And also ramen hits another level, especially in the cold, and it's winter here in Japan right now, so ramen seems to be the way to go to keep you kind of warm. It's a good stop, and after all, it's quite filling too, and it doesn't break the bank as much too. So yeah, food is good. We're all gonna be all happy. Eat now, and then we're gonna stroll again soon. So let's see if we can find some sushi on the way, if we're hungry, and if we're not hungry, that's also good. So we're back on the street again after some beautiful, yummy ass food. Ramen was so nice. I feel more recharged again. So we're walking down the strip right now, and I do want to say basically that Japan is super organized. Even the transportation, from like catching the metro and the sub or the bus, it literally takes you from one place to another, and then you step into like this different whole vibe. Like we went from Akihabara, which is where we're staying, and it's like obviously like an electronic anime manga sort of place, and then here we're transforming Shibuya Crossing, which is one of the most busiest places in Tokyo, and right now it's just mind-blowing, I guess. That's probably the best word to put Tokyo right now, as there's so much things happening. It's a lively city with a lot of things to do, a lot to see, a lot to eat. It's just so good. And I guess our first impressions together is, I would say that Japan is obviously cold, but at the same time, it is one of those places that might change your mind about, if you're not a city person, you might actually change your mind about that, because here it's so vibrant, everything's so colorful, some neon, some lights. You walk through this whole city, it's just kind of changes your perspective on it, but you have to see it for yourself.
And what I really love is in 7-Eleven or Family Mart, you can get tea which is already hot, like in bottles.
Yeah, that's right.
I even got a matcha, which was really yummy.
I got a good idea. Let's go find a 7-Eleven and make a stop there, and then get some hot drinks. Let's do that. Okay, so we found a 7-Eleven not long after Karina mentioned about getting some hot drinks. And one thing we really love about 7-Eleven is you can literally buy different foods here, hot food, cold food, hot drinks, and you can literally live off pretty much in 7-Eleven if you're in Japan on a budget. So we're gonna go in. All right, so let's see what Karina has found. She's straight into the hot drinks right now, and look at this. As I said, you can find them in vending machine. The things you see in vending machines in Japan is crazy. You can get like food, you can get ramen, you can get all sorts of stuff. But when you're in Japan and anywhere else in Asia, 7-Eleven is kind of like your best friend, right? But in Japan, it's just so much more interesting. You can get sushi straight from the shelves, right? And they're actually really good. And it's actually quite cheap as well. And look at this, these are like the fridge. It's not a fridge, it's like a hot fridge actually. Because this here, that's super hot. You can get hot latte, hot chocolate, super nice. Only 138 yen for one of these. But most of the time there is translation anyway. Like for example, I don't know what that is. But then in English it says cold roast, so it is like a, I actually don't know, is it a fish or is it a donut? What is it? Sushi obviously. You got a sushi roll. This is really good because like when you're eating out in Japan it gets quite expensive, right? But I know you can find some places like ramen stops or noodle areas which isn't too bad. But if you're gonna eat in restaurants, oh, it gets quite pricey and it adds up. Now, another thing I wanted to show you guys is obviously so many foods to choose from, not just from like the sushi rolls, the sushi cakes. You got sandwiches of all sorts. You can even get what is this? A strawberry sandwich. How insane is that? And down below you got like your ramen to go, so you just need a microwave and you can heat this bad boy and then eat away. You got desserts, all sorts. You got like salmon. You can just cook that, get that going. What is that?
It's the bamboo shoots.
Oh wow.
It's all about the bamboo shoots, man.
Always about the bamboo shoots. Oh, I'm gonna check it out. So a guy just recommended me about this, checking it out. Looks really nice. There's so much to see and so much to eat, right? And now over here is the alcohol, where the beer is. This is where all the cheap drinks you can get, because when you're gonna go to a bar or like a club in Japan, it gets pricey from what I've heard. And from experience, last time I went into one, I think it's really pricey, right? So here it's super nice. You can get some strong beers, strong ciders. It's so good. But we're not gonna go into there because we've done so much of that in Asia. We need to clean our body now and go into tight savings. So in the end, we ended up getting our drink each, and I've got the Kirin hot creamy chocolate for 168 yen. Not bad. And what'd you get?
I got the Kirin tea. I'm not sure with what kind of tea.
That's some sort of tea.
Maybe like green tea. Like
How much was yours?
It's 130.
Oh yeah, so mine's a little bit more, but hey, when it's cold weather outside, a hot drink is always super nice. So that's what we end up getting. We're quite full,
Just
so we don't really need.
holding it in your hand is so nice.
So nice. So I guess a good recommendation is head up a 7-Eleven if you're in Japan, because you can't go wrong with that, and there's something for everyone. So, all right, let's go out. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so we ended up here at the Shibuya Crossing Station. Shibuya has been such a lovely sight to see for the night, and obviously seeing the crossing 100 times by now. We are back here and we're about to head home to Akihabara, which is where we're based at the moment. But we want to show you guys the journey back home as well, because catching a metro or a subway in Japan is like something out of this world, and you've got to experience it, because how chaotic this area is, it still works, and it's just the whole experience.
And it's 10:30 at night, but still it's so busy. There are so many people. It's crazy.
So everyone's gonna be going home, and let's see what the journey is.
I
We're just gonna show you.
We get a seat.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Another thing that you guys want to research is though is that at the moment we're doing it quite manually, so we're just paying what we need to get a ticket, like a one-way ticket. But if you do your research, you can get a Passmo or a Suica card, which is a recharge type of card, and you just top it up and you load it up and you just kind of just tap as you go. But at the moment we don't have that set because we've just been doing it like a DIY trip. But we're gonna show you guys how we get the tickets so easily. And downloading CT Hopper or Mapper is also kind of helpful. There's other apps as well, but you gotta figure it out.
It's very nice to use.
So obviously you need to know where you're based and where you're gonna go to, and then you gotta kind of figure it out. But
no, you don't even need to know where you are. So you just have to type in where you want to go.
But you do need to know where you need to go. So make sure you get that right. And speaking a bit of Japanese, learning the basics like konnichiwa or saying thank you like arigato comes a long way and very respectful. So let's go buy that ticket. We're gonna go home. It's 10:30 and we're gonna have another big day tomorrow. So let's do that. Okay, so about 15 minutes later, we are finally back here at Akihabara, where we are based. So catching a metro sub in Japan isn't so bad as long as you know where your destination is, and if you do get stuck, you just gotta go, ask around. But after a while, you get used to it. So good to be back. Now we're gonna figure out which side we are on. We're gonna get out of the metro. We definitely need to get a Suica card, the one that you can add to your Apple Wallet on your phone, which is quite handy, rather than getting one of these all the time, which is not so bad, but it does not save you any time. When if you have a card, you just tap and go. But with these, you always have to go to one of those ticket counters and get one. So, but at the same time, it's not so bad. I mean, it is our first day, so if once you guys figure that out, how it works, your life is so much easier. But what an awesome first day here in Japan. I can't wait to show you guys what we're gonna get up to for the next couple days. But Japan's series are coming on pretty hot, so very excited on that. Anyway guys, almost home. Karina did stop at 7-Eleven again because everywhere you go, it's around everyone in the block. She's got a mochi.
Try it, finally.
Yeah guys. Okay, 20 minutes later, we finally made it back to Akihabara, here in the manga anime cosplay area where we are staying, home to the most affordable discounted electronics that you can find in Tokyo. But after today's mission in Shibuya and showing you guys our first day, it was pretty awesome. And now we're headed back to our hotel, FA Hotel Akihabara Eki. It's pretty awesome. We really enjoyed it, and if you guys get used to catching the metro and the sub, it will change your life. So guys, arigato. We'll see you guys in the next one. It's gonna be an amazing time, so stay tuned.